Over on this side, guys. Drew Sharp, Detroit Free Press. This is for Joe. This is the 6th time we've gone through this in the last 10 years, these type of pressers bringing in a new coach. There seems to be a fair amount of skepticism about whether this organization is trending in down the right course. Joe, why do you think people should be confident that this time this organization has got it right with Mo Cheeks?
You know what, I think people are always skeptical until you prove yourself. And so, until you, I just don't wake up and think that there's an automatic benefit of the doubt. I think that, just as Maurice was saying, I think that you have to be committed and show people that you're committed, but at the end of the day, you have to prove it, and that's how professional sports is. I understand that. I understand that no matter what your past successes have been, people expect you to get it done, and they don't expect excuses. And so, for the things that we haven't gotten done here, you have to sit there, you take full responsibility for it, and you take whatever comes with it. But the idea that you're just going to show up at the press conference and people are going to just jump on board because you're speaking about it, that doesn't happen. Even when you're winning, that doesn't happen. I think you still have to prove it every day. And so I'm not here to try to prove to people in the press conference that everything is perfect. What I am saying, though, is we're not going to stop working until we get it right. And so I think that's all you can do in this position. But to come here and try to prove something to anybody here in the press conference, I think that's short-sighted if you think you're going to do that in the first place.
Coach Vince Goodwin from the Detroit News. Is there any trepidation, because of some of the coaching turnover that's happened here over the past decade or so, is there any trepidation that you could follow in those same footsteps, or were you just looking forward to the opportunity?
If we thought like that, nobody would be coaching, because the changes happen in the league every day, every year. It happens all the time. So you can't go in and take a job and just thinking about the negative part. You got to think about the positive part of coaching. And for me, this team, the positive part of coaching is a lot of young guys, and I've been around this league a long time. So is to try and change a lot of thinking of young players, and that's the positive part of being here in the Pistons organization right now, is trying to change some of the young players' mindset. And with no way, no how can you go in and take a job and thinking about things that happened before, because it's just not positive. And I think the things that we have to do is be on the positive. We have to think positive here. And we have a lot of young players, a lot of young, good players. And if we, like I mentioned earlier, if we stay committed to what we want to do, we can be okay. But we can't have the negative thinking part, as the question you just asked.
This is a question for Joe. Joe, Tom Lydon, right in the middle here, Mo 2, from WXYZ. This is called by many people a players' league, and this market has had issues bringing a franchise, difference-making free agent to this town. And it's almost like you need a coach with magnetism to get players to commit here. Did that factor into your decision-making process? And what about Mo sells you about his magnetism with the players in the NBA?
Oh, actually, you thought I had magnetism?
Like that. No, I do think this. I think, Tom, that you have to have a coach that makes that connection with today's player. I think that Mo has proven that throughout his career. He's proven that at Oklahoma City, even as an assistant coach in Oklahoma City, the ability to connect with today's player. I think that's important. I think that's only part of it, though. I still think that, when you stand there in front of these players today in 2013, they have to believe in you. They have to believe in your vision. They have to believe in your plan. They have to believe in your discipline. And I think he brings all of that. The fact that he's Maurice Cheeks, the fact that he has a resume not only as a player but as a coach, I think that's going to bode well for us. But that wasn't, Tom, I can't sit and tell you that was the one issue, but it was a part of it.